Sometimes, on a journey, you have to climb a mountain. And today, we are climbing not just a mountain, but the mountain, where we shall find a tribe of gorillas, and we will tell them what we thought of their music. Yes, indeed, we are MPJ, new rock album review show, and today is the Gorillaz and the Mountain. And sorry. There we go. Chris.
I'm concerned now that you've apologised and then introduced me. So, yeah.
Well, it's not a rock album, is it?
No.
Well, let's leave that to one side for the minute. We're reviewing it for our listening pleasure anyway. So I've never particularly been a Gorillaz fan. Feel Good, Clint Eastwood, there's a couple of others that have, eked out from their previous albums that I know, but then who kind of doesn't. If you're looking for a similar breakout sort of banger of a song, then this is not the album you're going to be looking for, I'm afraid. It is a good album if you like Gorillaz. There is atmosphere in spades, and it's got some real character. We listened to Kula Shaker, I think it was either last month or the month before, and they had some of the sort of the Indian influences, the sitars and that sort of warmth to the music, which again plays through here quite nicely. It's very different from what we usually listen to, which goes back to what Nigel said about this isn't really a rock album, but we'll call it anyway. But generally, again, as we've said a couple of times already on the reviews that we're doing this month, it's slower, longer than necessary, doesn't pull me in. But I do appreciate the music and what they're trying to do. It just, again, isn't really for me.
Trish! Did you enjoy the Gorillaz, Trish?
No. This is not a rock album by any means. It's eclectic electronic pop with world music, Indian classical influences fused with multilingual and cultural tones. It's a global blending of genres album. Not sure what mood you would have to be in to listen to it. It's not a go-to album. Oh, hey, I'll put this on. Maybe only in a cafe in Amsterdam while eating space cake to generate a trippy atmosphere.
Oh, Andy!
I fully agree with what everybody else has said, by the way. Firstly, not a rock album, but seeing as you put it in front of us, we've got to review it.
We do.
That's absolutely fine. I expect my score might be a little bit more out of step with some other people, because I enjoyed it, but only in a certain way of consuming it. It's not really a music album which you can just put on when you're sort of running along and you're doing everything like that. It's a lot more introspective, so you have to be in the right mood, in the right place, doing the right thing to listen to it and enjoy it. Because if you're just wanting like a rock album, a pop album, you're not going to enjoy it at all, without a doubt. It's got those Eastern influences. It's dealing a lot with sort of downbeat death in sort of like either a physical sense or sort of a Hindu change of, rebirth sense and all that kind of stuff. So, it's sort of background world music, almost ambient-y kind of stuff which is going through for it. And if you consume that in the right way, so you sort of listen to it as a package. I often listen to my music when I'm sort of working and doing stuff like that. So that sort of downbeat music actually kind of works for me, but it doesn't have the same sort of level of tunes and bangers as Chris said, sort of like the Clint Eastwood and the Feel Good Inc. Sort of songs which Gorillaz have done. So it's nothing which is massively outstanding. I did enjoy one of the songs which was The Happy Dictator as a sort of a side kind of a song to listen to by itself, but as a collection of songs, I think it works, but I think it's going to be not for everybody at all.
Definitely not for me. So it's great to see. I was with a group of pretty much about 20 of us. So we were in a song contest, which we've been part of. Which everybody submits a song and everybody votes on it. And time again, songs from something like this album, which was world music, would always do well. And I'd be scratching my head, going, what are people listening to? How can that get the most votes? I really used to absolutely just wind me up. But it's very evident there is a market. There's a huge festival, isn't it? What's the festival that Amy and everybody goes to? The World Music Festival, Trish? Can't remember what it's called now.
WOMAD.
WOMAD. And it's... I could see,
and this would fit very well.
yeah, I could see Gorillaz headlining WOMAD, and being the headline act for it. Certainly not, you wouldn't put Gorillaz down at something like the Victoria Festival or a festival like that and be headlining with this sort of music. Maybe in the afternoon when you've had a few jars and you can sit back and relax. So even though, and it's very interesting because I equally hated it as much as I would hate a metalcore album, but at least this one I could listen to and appreciate it, and I did appreciate it. I appreciated for what it was, and I appreciated for what it was trying to do, and without any shadow of a doubt, the musicality in this and the arrangements in this, particularly with that Eastern kind of blends and the sitars and everything else, was outstanding. I mean, if I was sitting here criticizing this album, and I was a musician, and I would be looking at all the intricacies and how that whole album put together, this would get a 5, because it is incredibly well crafted. I believe it's the lead singer from Blur who's the head. I think his father died, so I think he was trying to. I think that was just from what I've read, anyways, a bit of a journey of an exploration, particularly with that one. And the collaborations are awfully off the charts as well. It's incredibly, wonderfully, beautifully crafted album, and I hated it. So there we go. But I hated it for my listening pleasure. I couldn't sit through this album again unless, and Andy's right, unless I was back in my day and tripping out and just relaxing, and this on the headphones and going, yeah, man, this is fantastic. But you don't need that though to enjoy this album if it's the sort of music that you could like to consume. So yeah. So unlike metalcore, I appreciated it. Even though I didn't enjoy listening to it from that perspective. Let's find out our scores then, shall we? Let's start with who did we start with? We started with Chris, didn't we? We did. Yeah, go on then, Chris. Go on, Chris.
So I gave this 3.5. Kind of as you were saying, I was willing to work with it more than I would be others because it's just so well put together.
Trish.
0.5.
Shocks. Andy.
I actually gave it a 4 because I did enjoy it, but I can fully understand why people don't like it. Yeah,
I give it a 1 from that perspective. And bizarrely, I expected Paul to beat my score, but he didn't. He gave it slightly more. He gave it a 1.5. From that perspective, so not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I think there's definitely it got 2.1, ladies and gentlemen, 2.1, which makes it in our bottom 600 albums of all time. I'm afraid to say, and is the least enjoyable album of the month and so far of the year. So 619. So it's not the worst album. There are 50 albums that we've rated worse than this one. So that's a positive. What what do you guys think out there? But before we do, we're going to help you with our 2-word review. Then, Chris.
Forgot this bit. What did I? Indian atmosphere. Let's go with that.
Trish. Thanks for coming prepared, Trish.
Molehill.
Molehill. Like it. like it a lot, actually. I just got that. Took me about 5 seconds, but I got there. I got there. And that's the point. And that's the point of not explaining the joke. You know, that's the point, isn't it? Well done. I like that one. That might be one of my favourite of the year so far. Andy.
Downbeat introspection.
Oh, Andy Swanington dictionary. Yeah, I would say dull.
Oh.
There we go.
Not just dull.
Not just dull, but dull. Anyway, but that's my listening pleasure. What do you guys think out there? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Hit the like and subscribe button because we do like it. Hit a dislike button if you didn't like it, if you disagree. But more importantly, hit the like button. Go on, you know you want to. Anyway, meantime, keep on rocking, keep on listening, and thanks you very much. Goodbye.